Sometimes these conversations feel so exposed as I allow you a private view from what happens on the inside of a woman when she liberates herself from fear conditioning. As a high achiever, I lived an extraordinarily impressive life. I was wife, I was mother, I was coach, I was business owner, I was Ironman athlete, I was fitness instructor, all at the same time, creating an impressive life where people would go, how on earth do you do this all and do it so well? I mean, most women won't even do an Ironman event. I did it in 4 months whilst being a fitness instructor, doing up to 6 hours of classes a day, whilst being a coach and running a business, whilst running my household, whilst raising my children. Yeah, it was impressive. But you know what? It wasn't a beautiful life experience. It was an exciting life experience. It was an adrenaline-filled life experience, but it wasn't beautiful. I see this all the time with high achieving women, an impressive life that leaves them feeling lacking. And so I want to have that conversation today because it's time for us to bust it right open. Hey, my name is Elle. If we've not met before, I am a rich life advisor. I work with ambitious women who have mastered the art of achievement and who's now ready to create a life experience that feels beautiful, fulfilling, and absolutely rich with pleasure. So what is this impressive life thing all about? In my groundbreaking course, Women Reimagined, I use archetypes to facilitate the recognition of fear archetypes in which we are all conditioned, especially as Gen X women, as well as the corresponding empowered archetypes from which to experience life completely differently as we ascend out of fear consciousness. But as a high achiever, which is a fear archetype, sorry, not sorry, building an impressive life is really building a life on fear. The fear of being exposed as not special, the fear of being judged as not impressive, the fear of feeling that we are not great, not good enough yet, haven't done enough yet, don't know enough yet. And so we are constantly signing up for the next course, getting the next credential, creating the next business, signing up for the next race, doing the next thing, having the most beautiful house, driving the most beautiful car, wearing the most beautiful clothes. And I am not taking away from any of that. Please understand when I say to you, the thing and having the thing, no judgment against that. What you need to figure out is why the thing and why having the thing. What is the root driver underneath? Because if it is to create an impressive life, which again, I am going to say this, we are all conditioned to do at this time. But if that is the driver, you are constantly living in a state of fear that it will be taken away from you, that you will lose something, that you'll never get it, that you'll never be good enough. What does this say about you? What will others say about you? And so the fear of judgment and the judgment itself is creating an experience of suffering. It's why we drive so hard. It's because we're running on adrenaline. We're running on adrenaline because there is a deep psychosis of fear that's operating our system. If we are operating from fear conditioning, we are divided from, extended from, disconnected from our inner being, our spirit, our divine source. It is in this separation And it's not a true separation. It is an illusion of separation, a veil that is dropped between us and the truth of who we are, of what we are. It is in this veil of separation, the illusion of separation, that we are constantly operating just as the human, discounting the being. And that is that gap, that distortion is what is creating the need to have an impressive life, to show that we deserve all of these things, that we are deserving, that we are special somehow, and that of course we have power now because we have created this impressive life. And society, because society is running on mass fear conditioning, applauds the impressive life. And even worse than that, I see women discarding their power in the praise of another and putting another on the pedestal. It's when a woman comes into the room of greatness and then says, "You are the giants. I am not worthy of being in this room. I have not yet earned my seat at the table." What a load of crock, darling. You were born 100% worthy of the seat at the table. And as long as you are thinking that others are more impressive than you, what you're doing is really discounting your genius, your talent, your exceptional, your you. Because why? Because society hasn't given you a tick, a little gold star on your forehead to say, "You're a good girl, you are worthy now of being in this room." No. You see, we experience this life from this state of fear and judgment. And in the process, we're having a pretty unbeautiful life experience. Because on the inside, it's a shitstorm, quite frankly. And I remember what it was like. On the inside, I would never feel beautiful. I would never feel worthy. I would never feel good enough in any room. And so I would seek out rooms that were playing a game that was never mine to play on a very, very mediocre level, just so that I can finally feel a little bit special. But it was not my room to be in. And so I could never feel the truth of me and the beauty of my life. I was so busy creating stuff in my life, producing stuff in my life to impress everybody else, that I completely missed out on the beauty of the moment and the experience and the deliciousness of everything that was already there. We are so outwardly focused to impress other people as though it's not our lives to live, as though they care at the end of the day. They all switch off the lights and go home, darling. And then you are left with yourself and the life that you have created. But if you are looking at the life that you have created through critical eyes because of how will others see this and how will they judge this and how will they, what will they say about this? You're not enjoying it. Whereas if you could just start giving yourself permission to live your life for you, to understand that this life experience is gifted to you to experience in the few years that you have in this body, then you start drinking in the beauty of everything. Then you start curating your life according to your personal preference and according to your enjoyment. No longer caring how others perceive you and how others think that you should show up. You start curating your wardrobe, your makeup, your beauty routine for you because you enjoy the actual expression and experience of it. You stop producing content for people, for the algorithm, for all of the things, and you start curating conversations and assets for others to find at the divine right time, so that there is a delicious experience in the creating of it and a delicious experience in the receiving of it. A beautiful life requires time and space for the enjoyment of that which you have curated, of that which you have created. And the experience of the creation itself becomes a thing of beauty. An impressive life is so focused on the produced, whereas a beautiful life is focused on the experience of the producing, of the creating. When your experience of your day becomes truly beautiful because you slow down, because you bring presence and intention to everything, your experience of a conversation becomes a beautiful experience. Your experience of looking in your lover's eyes becomes a beautiful experience. Your experience of writing your next piece becomes a beautiful experience in and of itself. So a beautiful life is the experience in and of itself being beautiful, whereas an impressive life doesn't really care about the experience, and that is why so many high achievers, the experience is one of pain, the experience is one of push, the experience is one of fear. That is the experience that they're willing to have for the sake of what gets produced at the end of it and how that will look to other people. I don't know about you, darling, but at my age, I have just come to understand that truly life is precious, that our lifetime is precious, that every day is precious. The day is the gift, not the goal achieved. And so when we start shifting from the high achiever mentality and what it is that we have to produce to impress into the artist experience of the experience itself and the delight in whatever gets created, our life truly transforms from the inside out, because you are worth a beautiful life today. And that is going to ask of you to bring presence to your life today, presence and enjoyment. If you are currently finding yourself in a state of, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't want to set another goal. I don't want to chase another thing. And you want to have space to really delve into your desires and what it is that you want to experience next, and the corresponding identity of having the most beautiful life experience of the experience itself, then have a look down in the description. There is a link to the Rich Life Recalibration, which is a 4-hour private intensive with me. And it is also the entryway into any private work with me, from where we can start recalibrating from an impressive life experience to a truly beautiful life for you. I trust that this conversation has brought a new awareness for you of what is available today, and that you are truly deserving of the most beautiful life experience, and that starts the moment you give yourself permission to unhook from fear conditioning and fear consciousness and reclaim yourself an empowered consciousness from where to start operating as the artist and the art, making your life a masterpiece. If that has clicked for you, let me know in the comments. What is it that is going to change from today that you are going to reclaim into your own artistry? So until next week, have the most beautiful life experience, my friend, because you're so worth it. Cheers.